I mean, you can't commit so many crimes and think that you are above the law, even if you are the president. It's just how it works.
So it really is a celebration of the law.
It's a celebration of the law and how it applies to all of us.
It's in my phone if you take off the case.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, how are you? This is Officer Gomez. Your son's fine.
Officer Gomez,
how are you?
This is
Yes,
former
yes.
federal prosecutor.
Okay,
That's
fair enough.
my son.
Yeah.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yeah.
He's not a criminal. He has no criminal record, no criminal history.
Mm-hmm.
Officer.
Yeah, she wants to be above the law, but that's not going to happen. And currently she is going viral because if you guys don't know, Sunny Hostin is a reparations activist, if you will. Here's her advocating for reparations.
And so what this is about is money, Joy.
Yeah.
This is not about anything else. It's about this country trying to avoid paying African Americans our due.
Well, and also,
Our due. Paying African Americans our due. But maybe she forgot when she actually found out that she is descendant of a slave owners. Here we go right here.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information.
Yeah.
I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living.
Yeah, it is a fact of life that her family made a living trading slaves. Now, let's go take a look at this entire clip in its totality, knowing the fact that her family was slave owners. And I believe this clip came out when she knew it, if I'm not mistaken. But just keep that in the back of your mind as she tries to advocate for reparations, knowing that you guys know that her family owned slaves and profited from the trade of slaves.
Even after 250 years, there is so much repair that needs to be done when it comes to aggrieved groups in this country, but especially African Americans. Let's face it, when you have truth and reconciliation commissions, and you've had them when it comes to the interned Japanese Americans, you've had them when it comes to the Holocaust, you've had them when you've come to Native Americans. It has not happened. Truth and Reconciliation Commissions when it comes to slavery, and that is because they're trying to bury the truth part. You cannot have true reconciliation, and then you cannot have true financial repair unless you have the truth. And
the truth is that her family, not her personally, is a descendant from slaves. Her family owned slaves, and here she is, ironically, arguing for reparations. Now, because she identifies as half black and half Puerto Rican, you would think that she would not want reparations, right? You'd be like, oh, well, of course she doesn't want reparations. No, of course she does want reparations. And she makes it abundantly clear by the end of this clip that despite being worth $6 million and living in a $4 million house, she wants reparations.
they're trying to erase that truth. So it's actually very important because I want to mention that in March of 2020, March 25th, 2026, just this year, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution officially declaring that the transatlantic trafficking and racialized chattel enslavement of Africans is the gravest crime against humanity in history, in the world. Only 3 countries voted against it: Argentina, Israel, and the United States. And when the United States voted against it, the United States said the following: it does not recognize a legal right to reparations for historical wrongs that were not illegal under international law at the time they occurred. And so what this is about is money, Joy.
Yeah.
This is not about anything else. It's about this country trying to avoid paying African Americans our due.
I mean, she thought she was cooking right there, right? I mean, she's hitting all the talking points. It's about America not wanting to give descendants of slaves their just due. They're covering up this travesty. In America saying, hey, this was legal at the time. But remember, Sunny Hostin only identifies as a black woman when it is beneficial to her or beneficial to the show. Here is a clip where you see it come to life in 4K.
As a Black woman, my lived experience in this country was embodied by a photograph that was taken in celebrating the 250th.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this country, people have different lived experiences. So while some may have a lived experience like this is the best country in the world, and while there's some stuff that goes on, you know, other things are okay, that for me was a defining image of modern America for Black Americans.
I mean, this is the best country in the world. And, you know, Sunny Hostin has the resources to leave if she doesn't think that. If she thinks there is a better opportunity out there for her, she definitely could move to another country, unlike some other people who don't have that amount of disposable income to uproot their family, to support their, I guess, in her instance, her political beliefs.
Defining. That Patriot Front is a white nationalist organization founded in 2017 after the deadly Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. You know what they promote? An ultra-nationalist ideology that focuses on creating a white ethno-state in the United States with the ultimate goal of reshaping American society to align with their vision of racial and cultural homogeneity. As a Black woman, I'm sitting there.
You see all those flags, she's scared for sure.
In my country, and that's the type of fear I have to experience as a Black.
And I think, you know, whether you agree with what they're doing or not, you have that right to disagree. And that's what makes America great, for lack of a better words, is you have the ability to protest. You have the ability to express yourself however which way you see fit. Because just like you may not support the white nationalist movement, you could protest against it. You can get a group of people and literally say, "Hey, we're against the white nationalist movement." But you have to, let's put that aside, right? Because what Sunny Hostin is trying to do is something diabolical with what happened to her son. And it actually goes back to this clip right here.
As a mother of Black children, I know that Black boys are not given the presumption of innocence and the presumption of youth. She's calling the police and saying they're trying to steal her car, and they're 11 years old. They don't know how to drive. And so for me, what was interesting was I have had to be in the position where I have gone to my local police department because I know my son is going to be training for the Junior Olympics, running around the neighborhood in an all-white neighborhood. And I have brought him to the police and said, he belongs to me. This is my son. Do not harass him. Do not stop him.
Do not harass him. Do not stop him. Well, that didn't work, right? Because her son was actually breaking the law, and to the point where they did need to stop him. And if you watch the full body cam, links to it will be in the description. You can see there was trains going behind him as they were arresting him for trespassing. And here is just a small clip, but what she's trying to do is get this dismissed. Let's play the clip and I'll explain it right after.
How are you?
Hi. How are you? This is my son.
How you doing?
He was walking along the tracks.
Oh, yeah.
I run on a walk and the gate was open. I was like, oh.
I believe there was a no trespassing sign on the gate, and you would expect a Harvard graduate to be able to read that.
Yeah.
Sounds like honest.
He's on the phone with me. Actually.
Yeah.
I'm a former federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
He knows he's a Harvard grad who teaches fourth grade geometry to kids.
God bless.
This is not a kid who's ever in trouble. It's an innocent mistake. I understand you have to.
Well, of course he's not in trouble. You got a former prosecutor showing up to pretty much any time he has any involvement with law enforcement, flexing the former, or probably back then that you were a active federal prosecutor. And I'm sure that's the reason why he probably has no criminal record to this day, and why she's fighting so hard to even get the equivalent of a traffic ticket removed from whatever record he may have.
I don't know what happened, but yeah, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I get you. Where'd you go? You were like over here?
So, yeah, there's like an open gate. I think I was walking over there.
Just walking, nice day.
Yeah, well, we were talking on the phone.
I know.
I had a big interview today. We were talking about it.
Gotcha. You live in the area?
Yeah, we live on. We used to live in Purchase, and we just moved here in September. So we're new to the area.
Hey, ignorance of the law is no excuse, right?
Which is why he's making mistakes.
I mean, it wasn't a mistake. He intentionally walked back there. But what she's trying to do is literally, according to TMZ, is get the entire case dismissed. She's like reaching out to the prosecutor and saying, hey, prosecutor, here's why you need to drop the charges against my son. Let's hear him out.
Hostin from The View is flexing her legal muscle. and it involves her son. Her son was training, he's an athlete, on this dirt road, and he saw this gravel incline with a gate open, so he went in to train on the gravel, not seeing there was a no trespass sign on that gate. Police officer came.
Look, how did he miss it? It's a beyond me, right?
By cited him. Sonny ended up showing up at the scene, but the officer still wrote the ticket. It is a minor criminal offense, but still a criminal offense. Sonny wrote this letter, and I gotta say, it is awesome. She really lays out a case that this Harvard grad with a clean record should not be penalized this way because the gate was open and he didn't see the sign. She is asking that the case be dismissed. Now, this has become a public issue now that we have this letter, so we will see if the DA bends and makes this case go away.
I mean, this is insanity. She's trying to exert what privilege she can. And, you know, I get it. As a father myself, you want to fight for your kid, but I'm not about to go tooth and nail to get a traffic ticket removed from my daughter's record. But this goes to show you how far she is willing to go, right? Because it wasn't enough for her that the misdemeanor, the criminal misdemeanor, was dropped down to a violation. She wants it pretty much like it never existed. And keep in mind, guys, this is the same woman who doesn't even feel safe around her neighbors. I would say she's probably like uncomfortable around white people, but you know, I mean, that's just my thoughts. But she's definitely afraid of the American flag.
Said there are times when I walk into a community and I see American flags all over the community, and I suddenly feel unsafe. Said there are times.
Look, man, I don't know what to make of her being unsafe, but the internet took no time. I feel unsafe. Lives in the $3 million mansion in the 80% white wealthy neighborhood. Keep in mind, she is worth about $6 million. And, you know, the memes are kind of like writing themselves. You know, the slavery and reparations that she wants. She's a victim of slavery despite her ancestors being big slave owners. If you did not know, she does live in a 10-bedroom, 10-bathroom, $3.5 million house. Now, this is not the house that she lives in, because this is right here, right there. There is the $3.5 million home that she lives in. She even did a home tour. But going back to the memes, remember, guys, no one is above the law unless it's her son or her family. But for my son, give me a break. He's not a criminal. I'm on The View, former federal prosecutor, Harvard grad. He's my son. He's not a criminal. Reparations for me, privilege for my family. But here's the thing, man. When it comes to Sonny Houston, you have to think about this critically. Her son likely got into Harvard because of nepotism and or her using her privilege and exercising privilege. But sometimes the privilege doesn't work. You know, it doesn't always pan out, as she admits privilege exists.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge.
And former prosecutor privilege, Harvard grad privilege has failed her. And she's trying to step it up a little bit further to get that son's record expunged. And she wants reparations despite being a descendant of slave owners. But let me know what you guys think about this video. I see the Sonny Hostin content has been doing well. If you want to see more of it, make sure you like, hype, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.